what would you recommend for like a junior level software engineer that came across you today?
It depends on what you're building, right? If you're, I guess if you want to be handy no matter what, you can go with JavaScript or another language. But I would caution on just saying focus on one language. I would look at what are you trying to build and what's the best language that's built for that tool or for that solution, and go from there, or best or the most reliable,
Mm,
because sometimes you just need reliability, right? To make sure that whatever you have, especially if it's like for banking or for healthcare, like sometimes you don't need the best, but you do need the most reliable. JavaScript's always a good one. If you're looking at like a junior level developer, if you're looking at gaming or you're looking at mobile, I don't know. It's hard for me to say it without really having context, because then I don't
yeah.
want to say a language and then you go out there and build a MERN stack for something that doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Or you go, you use Python to build something that Python was meant for. Like, I'll be seeing you down a bad path. And I don't want to say that to someone and they come back like, you said this in this video. Like, I didn't mean it that way. So I would say, look at what you're building, understand the needs for it. Is it single threaded, multi threaded? Is it going to be a distributed application where it's going to be all around the world? It's going to be used all the time, or is it going to be internal? It's going to be heavily trafficked? Does it need to be cached well? Is it going to be an application that's going to need a database?
Mm,
Look at all these things. Are there multiple callbacks that need to happen in your system? Are you waiting on other things to come in? Is it a streaming data where it's live, right? Like, all those things have implications on what tool you use for the job. Once you have an understanding of what you're building and what type of frameworks you're going to do, not only will you know, hey, this is the best tool, but this is the best way to host this app. And that's how I would approach it versus just saying, I'm going to use C++ for
yeah.
this whole thing that I'm going to put out there.
Yeah. No, and I think that's valuable feedback because, when you're starting out, you don't really know where to go and you don't even know the why behind the decision.
Right.
So the way you outlined it, if I have banking experience and background, maybe as a teller or some other a mortgage lender or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I already got experience in this industry. Maybe I want to look at, okay, hey, what from a reliability standpoint, which language would be the best one to learn? That way, like if you're pivoting, you can leverage your experience, your background experience a little bit better. So I think that's great advice in itself. A lot of times I try to like stick somebody to one point, but a lot of times it's not actually just one answer that fits all. Like it depends. So I think that's valuable feedback.